It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. I recommend that you take a chill pill. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. And he sure likes toying with us. Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. That will take days at this point. Really. I'm not his therapist, you know. I mean... What am I even supposed to do here? Can I object to anything in this? Doesn't seem like it. In which case, maybe if we press some stuff again? Just like what we did with willpowers? Let's see. Let me press the first statements, like once again. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said, this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry. Like, what? Shelly the killer must have arrived at the witness stand for a reason. He intentionally came here. He must have something in plan. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who cannot understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone. Do you think you can understand my logic? This guy just keeps getting better and better. Yep, he truly is a professional from the looks of it. I mean, he sounds really serious. But I think we may be onto something here, Nick. I think we may end up having something that can help us in destroying Metangard's plan. But we have to be very careful about this. If you cannot, then I'm afraid we cannot proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. Well, we have this statement here. Now then, I don't believe it's probably time I reveal the name of my client. Don't you agree? What is it? No, I cannot bring myself to ask the client's name. If you cannot ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Kwan Korida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. I'm such an idiot. Of course. Why would he tell us this, that his client is mad? If he said his name right then it would be case closed. He's trying to protect Matt by pinning the blame on someone else. That's what he's trying to do here. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I sure think I know my own client. And it is Adrian Andrews. What?! This cannot be! On the phone earlier! What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with his court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt en Garde, perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous! I was deceived! This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. Show you the killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt en Garde, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, he feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was fake. But most definitely of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who has requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No! Oh no, this is completely backwards now. If things continue like this, that we will have Maya say, yeah, but en Garde will escape scot-free. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt en Garde is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion, and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. Oh no, wait, hold on a second. Shouldn't we cross-examine the killer a little bit more? That's it? What now? With the way this is going, en Garde will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And en Garde, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shay the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the body, donning the Nico Samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. You know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of her life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them dead. I would say you have plenty of reason to want them both dead. No, Mr. Wright. This is not good at all. Not only is Matt gonna escape from this, but worst of all, Adrian is gonna be sent to jail for a crime she didn't commit. And... Well, there's no denying it. She will try to commit suicide afterwards. This poor girl. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not-guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Oh, we're gonna continue this, Nick. We cannot accept such a thing. We just have to prolong this trial a little bit more. Not only do we have to wait for the evidence to arrive, but we have something that can help us. We just need a little more time. Phoenix. I cannot do it, Mia. I cannot accept I'm not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Madame Garde is a killer. A murderer. I can't. I cannot let him get away with this. I cannot let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I know now the real truth. He could have gotten on guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it till now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But... the witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. No, it ain't, Your Honor. As far as we are concerned, we still have a lot more to uncover. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. Yeah, boy. And there's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Alright, the Killer. We are not done here yet. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are. Usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done. But what should we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Isn't any wonder no one likes to go to court? Well, we are in Japan-California after all. And with Nick and Edgeworth in the court, murderers will never survive the trial. Alright, about my client, part 2. As I have already stated quite a few times, Agent Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Agent Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is a most unexpected turn of events. For the, 5th time now? I would go above 20 at this point. However, this time, everything has been finally revealed. Objection! Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Yes, we do, Your Honor. We got the receipts. Therefore, we have the power. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I had a choice here. Huh? But why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I expose the lies in that oh-so beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Again, it is Japanifornia, Your Honor. Only here will you see cases like this. And that makes 2 of us. That makes all of us! Alright, Shelly the killer. Let's get cracking. As I have already stated quite a few times, Agent Andrews is my client. However... What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness. About requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you're also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Oh! Oh, no. Hold on a second. Unless... No. This can't be. Nick! Don't tell me that you are planning on hiring Shelly the Killer to kill somebody after this case. You're planning to kill Wendy Obag, aren't you? Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking about... Mr. Wright! Yes? You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor? Guilty! Mr. Phoenix Wright! You are hereby declared guilty! Well, witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? Oh, thank God. I thought for a second that was an instant game over there. Jesus Christ, that's... I don't even know if I should press him that willy-nilly right now. But I think I have to. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job, you know. Yeah. Well, that change in occupation might be good for you. I don't know, just something more peaceful, maybe? I mean, that would work for us, and, well, you wouldn't have to be sent to jail, you wouldn't have to be on the run, like, all the damn time. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. And that goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. But you're still the one that kills these people as well, Shelly the Killer, so... You're not above the person that hired you, you know. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt. My client did it to frame another for the crime. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy? My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He's pretty devoted to his work. Yeah, but still, Well, I mean, the Special Investigations team wouldn't be investigating you in the first place if they didn't think that, oh, you are also a killer, you have to be sent to jail for this, for what you're doing. Because if people were really okay with you being on the run, like, all the damn time, and we're only sending people who hired you to jail, then man, this is a pretty fucked up world we're in right now, where assassins like you are free to go. But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my car from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not, without him being here. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. No, I already told you I have no intention of using your services, like ever! Nick, be careful. Another situation like that happens and it's truly game over. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? Agent Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. From the very beginning? That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. Edgeworth noticed something there. To be even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around the scene of the crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. On guard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Why is that? My job is to kill, that is all. And to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Well, that sounds like more than just to kill a person. You have this business of yourself called aftercare after you kill somebody. You are making sure that your client is safe from being blamed. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. Like, how many rules do you have, Shelly? And that's all you have to testify? Yes, and I pray that I will never be called out to the stand again. Again? As in, you plan to continue? With a person like him, more than likely. I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place, and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Now you're thinking of making Nick the assassin? Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really. I really know. I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that would be very bad for our client, right? Ugh, I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is, I cannot let this trial end yet. We have been prolonging this trial for quite a while now at this point. But, okay. I did notice that Edgeworth found something odd about what Shay said at some point. I think it was... Hold on, let me just retrace myself a little bit here, because he has quite a lot of statements over here. Edgeworth is questioning this line of thought, this statement that the killer shared with us. Nah, you're lying. If Adrian knew from the start, then the whole ordeal with the bottle of it, like, not the bottle, but the wine glass over here wouldn't have happened in the first place. Not to mention that she has left the fingerprint, she left the fingerprints behind. She wouldn't have left them behind if she wanted to blame, if she wanted that blame to either be on Matt and Guard, or if she wanted to preserve the crime scene for your sake, or the line of actions that Agent Andrews confessed before contradicts what you're saying over here. She talked as if she didn't even know about preserving the crime scene in the first place. So, I do have to question this, Shayakira. Actually, fuck! Did I just, oh god, I presented the evidence on the wrong statement there, didn't I? I'm sorry, but I cannot see but I can see nothing faulty. Yeah. I did that mistake before. It's alright. I had a good run though. Up until now, with not that much penalty, but okay, let me just retrace myself here a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this one is the first. One thing I said, my client did it for free, while the okay, it was this one. Let's present the wine glass on this statement. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass. Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Is it no waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have knowledge of Mr. Koreeda's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all.